Open world games just hit different when they're done right. Here are the 10 most highly anticipated open world games still left to come out in 2025. First up is Pokemon ZA, and I've got to admit, I thought Pokemon would look better than this in 2025, but hopefully the game is good nonetheless. This one's coming out on October 16th of 2025 for the Nintendo Switch and the Switch 2. The game introduces real-time combat, which is a departure from the traditional turn-based games that came before it, allowing trainers and Pokemon to move dynamically with mechanics like timing, move cooldowns, and area of effect attacks. Set entirely in Lumino City, a vibrant Paris-inspired open-world region, the game builds on Pokemon X and Y, but with a modern twist. The city becomes a shared space for humans and Pokemon, featuring what it calls wild zones, where Pokemon are able to roam freely. Players choose Chikorita, T-Pig, or Totodile as their starter companions. I've butchered those names for sure, and embark on a journey exploring the open world while catching and battling Pokemon. The ZA Royale, a nightly competition, pits players against trainers in battle zones to climb from rank Z to rank A, hence the name of the game. In these tournaments, you can potentially earn a wish. This game brings back Mega Evolutions with new forms like Mega Dragonite, and players can tackle rogue Mega Evolved Pokemon alongside Team MZ. This game is going to allow you to customize your character with outfit and hairstyle options. The Switch 2 version of this game boasts enhanced resolution and frame rates. I'll never forget playing old Pokemon games. Still, when I look at this one, I can't help but wish Game Freak would let other studios make Pokemon games. I feel like this franchise is capable of so much more than this. Next up, we have Hell Is Us, a semi-open world third-person action-adventure game set for release on September 4th of 2025 for PlayStation 5, Xbox X and S, and PC. Set in the fictional, war-torn country of Hatay, during an alternate timeline in the 1990s, you play as Remy, a former UN peacekeeper searching for his parents after a supernatural calamity unleashes monstrous hollow walkers immune to modern weapons. Armed with an ancient sword, axes or polearms, and a drone for distractions, Remy navigates a semi-open world blending sci-fi horror and Souls-like combat. The game emphasizes exploration without maps, compasses, or quest markers, relying on player intuition and environmental clues. Inspired by 90s adventure games and films like Annihilation. Combat in this game is very deliberate with stamina and health management, parry mechanics, and upgradable weapons. Though while it shares a lot of Souls-like features, it's not a true Souls-like. Puzzles from simple to complex drive the investigation into Remy's past and the calamity's origins. The narrative explores human violence as a cycle fueled by emotions. This one is looking like it's going to be a refreshingly unique entry into the few different genres that it's tipping its toes into. Do you ever crave that old school RPG feel? I've got some great news. Goddess Order is bringing loads of that beautiful nostalgia. This isn't your average RPG, it's a brand new premium side-scrolling action RPG with engaging combat that lets you combo, parry, and dodge enemy attacks. If you're tired of auto battlers, this is perfect for you. This is real-time action where every move you make matters. You can use a variety of skill-based swipe, tap, and tag mechanics to defeat your enemies. Jump in and form a squad of 3 different knights, each with a unique fighting style, weapon, and elemental affinity. You'll mix and match across 5 different classes and elements to build powerful synergies and overcome obstacles you face off with. Tab between each trio of heroes to manage cooldowns and create chain attacks. At launch, you'll be able to choose from over 20 different knights that you can unlock and summon. The game isn't only fun to play, it's fun to look at with its beautiful handcrafted pixel visuals. You can tell a ton of love and care went into each background and animation, making it one of the best looking pixel art games today. So what are you waiting for? Get ready to dive in and unravel this exciting story where a broken prophecy gives you a second chance to save the world. Pre-register now using the link in the description so that you can jump into this amazing new action RPG when it launches in September. Massive shout out to Goddess Order for sponsoring this segment. Now let's get back to the video. Next up, we have Borderlands 4, an upcoming open world action RPG looter shooter set to release on September 12th, 2025 for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and then later on October 3rd, it'll also release on the Switch 2. For the first time, Borderlands is really doubling down on that open world feel, and I'm hearing really good things about it. The game features areas with dynamic weather and no loading screens, enhanced by new traversal mechanics like grappling, gliding, and double jumping. It's set on the new planet Kairos. 6 years after Borderlands 3, the game follows the aftermath of Pandora's moon, Elpis, crashing into Kairos, disrupting its protective shield and sparking chaos under the rule of the tyrannical Timekeeper. Players control one of 4 new Vault Hunters: Vex, which is a Siren; Rafa, an Exo Soldier; Harlow, a Gravatar; or Amon, a Forge Knight. Staying true to the franchise, each Vault Hunter brings unique skills, deep skill trees, and synergistic co-op builds. On your journey, you'll be hunting for alien treasures amidst warring factions like the Crimson Resistance. You'll wield an endless combination of weapons from 8 different manufacturers, including ones like Order, Ripper, and Dedulus, with a licensed part system for mixing gun traits. To aid you in exploring this massive open world, you'll get a Digirunner vehicle, customizable with hover drives. And you can deck out the ordnance slot to add grenades, heavy weapons, and cooldowns. Borderlands 4 is going to support solo or up to 4-player online co-op, as well as 2-player split screen for console players. Borderlands 4 features a revamped loot system where legendary weapons are rarer, with post-launch content already planning to add new Vault Hunters and story missions. This Borderlands game sounds like it's going to have everything you love about Borderlands, but with an open world feel and a slightly more serious story. Next up, Dying Light the Beast, an open-world action survival horror game releasing on September 19th, 2025 for PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox X and S, and later for PS4 and Xbox One. Set in the zombie-infested rural valley of Castor Woods, a former tourist hotspot inspired by Twin Peaks, the game brings back Kyle Crane, the protagonist from the original Dying Light. After 13 years of brutal experiments by a mysterious villain, Crane escapes with a mix of human and zombie DNA, granting him Beast Mode, a rage-fueled state for devastating attacks like crushing skulls or tearing enemies apart. The story set between Dying Light and Dying Light 2 follows Crane's quest for revenge while navigating a tighter linear narrative. In this game, players will explore an open world with dynamic weather and day and night cycles, where daytime allows scavenging and parkouring across villages and industrial complexes, and nighttime unleashes terrifying volatiles that force you to run, hide, or, if you're brave, stand and fight. Combat blends melee weapons, firearms, and new tools like flamethrowers with parkour and stealth options like smearing zombie guts on yourself for camouflage. Hey, I saw that in Walking Dead.
It's really bad. Think about something else. Puppies and kittens.
The game features 4-player co-op featuring a skill tree for upgrading Crane's abilities and includes a 4x4 vehicle for traversal. They are trying to recapture the game's horror roots with this entry, so expect a few more hair-raising moments from this one. Next up, we have Ghosts of YOTEI, an upcoming open-world action-adventure game set for release on October 2nd of 2025, exclusively for PlayStation 5, with a potential PC release later on. As a standalone sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, it's set in 1603 in Izo, modern-day Hokkaido, 329 years after the original, taking advantage of the stunning scenery around Mount YOTEI. You play as Atsu, a female Ronin seeking vengeance against the YOTEI Six, a group of outlaws who killed her family 16 years ago, leaving her for dead. Embracing the ghost persona from the first game, Atsu explores sprawling grasslands, snowy tundras, and dangerous terrains, accompanied by a wolf companion. The game blends sword-based combat, stealth, and exploration with new weapons like dual katanas, Tanegashima rifles, and a grappling hook. A non-linear quest structure lets players tackle the YOTEI Six in any order, while a clue system encourages exploration. Side activities include bounty hunting, sumi painting, bathing, and camping, where Atsu can cook or play her shamisen. All in all, this looks like it's going to be another beautiful game for players to explore, and if it's received as well as its predecessor, it's probably going to be a big hit. And if you enjoy being kept up to date on the latest and greatest open world games, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Next up, we have The Outer Worlds 2, an upcoming first-person sci-fi action RPG developed by Obsidian Entertainment, the same studio that brought you Avowed earlier this year. This one's set for release on October 29th, 2025 for PlayStation 5, Xbox X and S, and PC, with day one availability on Game Pass. Set in the new Arcadia star system, you play as a daring Earth Directorate agent tasked with investigating mysterious rifts threatening the colony's existence. The game expands on its 2019 predecessor with larger, seamless open zones on the planet Moon Dorado. designed for exploration without loading screens and a darker, less silly narrative. Gameplay enhances the original's mechanics with deeper RPG systems than before, including an expanded perks and flaws system inspired by Fallout New Vegas, where the choices you make are very much going to impact your playstyle. Combat offers improved gunplay influenced by Destiny and Halo, with new weapons like the shrink ray, plus stealth mechanics and a new third-person mode. Dialogue trees and companion interaction drives branching story paths, with choices impacting factions, companions, and radio stations. It looks like this is going to be a fantastic follow-up to Outer Worlds 1 because it's not only going to double down on what it did right, but it's also going to expand on those systems as well. Next up, we have Silent Hill F, an upcoming semi-open world survival horror game set to release on September 25th, 2025 for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Set in the 1960s in a fictional Japanese town, it follows a high school student navigating a fog-shrouded town overrun by grotesque, flower-infested monsters. The game emphasizes Japanese horror, blending psychological torment with a beauty and terror theme, and moves away from the series' traditional American setting. Players explore the world, solving eerie puzzles and engaging in action-oriented melee combat with weapons like pipes and spears, facing unsettling creatures such as scarecrow-like figures with twisting limbs. With this one, you can expect cryptic storytelling, hair-raising moments, multiple endings, and Easter eggs for Silent Hill fans. Next up, we have Crimson Desert, an upcoming single-player, open-world action survival RPG developed and published by Pearl Abyss, set for release in late 2025 on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox X and S, and Mac OS. Set on the war-torn medieval fantasy continent of Pywell, you play as Cliff MacDuff, leader of the Greymane mercenaries, navigating a power vacuum after the King of Demenis falls into a coma. The 50 to 80 hour story follows Cliff's quest to uncover a looming catastrophe, blending gritty realism with high fantasy, featuring mythical beasts and factional conflicts across diverse regions like the snowy Quaidan and verdant Akapen. Built on its proprietary Black Space engine, the game offers stunning visuals with dynamic lighting and detailed environments from coastal villages to desert oases. It looks like the gameplay is going to emphasize combo-heavy combat inspired by fighting games, mixing swordplay, martial arts, and elemental magic like fire, ice, and lightning, with complex controls for throws, drop kicks, and exploration includes climbing, gliding, and horse riding, with activities like fishing, petting dogs, and playing a flute. Players that have had a chance to put their hands on this game say that the game's beautiful, but there's a steep learning curve to the combat system. And they do plan to add multiplayer content after its launch, but they want to make it clear this is not an MMO. Next up, we've got two games that are definitely not your traditional open world games, but they looked interesting enough to get an honorable mention on this list. First up, we've got Jurassic World Evolution 3, an upcoming open world construction and management simulation game set for release on October 21st, 2025 for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox X and S. As the third installment in this series, it lets players build and manage their own Jurassic World themed dinosaur parks across a global campaign, featuring iconic locations like the Montana Badlands and Japan. For the first time, the game introduces juvenile dinosaurs and a comprehensive breeding system with over 80 prehistoric species, 75 of which have distinct male, female, and juvenile variants, allowing players to nurture family units and pass genes to future generations. New creative tools enhance park building with intuitive terrain editing for crafting waterfalls, canyons, and landscapes, plus modular scenery and a 3D hatchery viewer for customizing dinosaur patterns. Players will manage their parks through disasters, build attractions like balloon tours and dinosaur encounters, and drive vehicles like ATVs and helicopters. It's even narrated by Jeff Goldblum as Dr. Ian Malcolm. The non-linear campaign involves stakeholder challenges and a mysterious dinosaur integration network. There's a lot going on here, but it looks like a potentially fun and unique gaming experience. Next up, we have Anno 117 Pax Romana, an upcoming open-world city-building and real-time strategy game set for release on November 13th, 2025 for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox X and S. Set in 117 AD during the Roman Empire's peak, it's the 8th installment in the Anno series, offering players the role of a Roman governor shaping provinces in Latium or the Celtic wetlands of Albion. For the first time, players choose their starting province, balancing Romanization with local Celtic traditions, influencing city development, production chains, and population population progression. The game blends classic Anno mechanics, city building, economic simulation, and trade, with new features like land and naval combat, though these features are optional for you peaceful players out there, and a discovery tree for unlocking upgrades like road types. Players build sprawling cities with iconic Roman structures like aqueducts and temples, managing resources, population needs, and the emperor's demands. There's also a new attribute system that ties resources to benefits and drawbacks, while modular ships and production building effects encourage strategic planning. The narrative-driven campaign explores loyalty or rebellion, with choices shaping your story. This one's going to be enhanced by modding support and a polished UI. This game aims to be accessible and simultaneously deep, but early previews say there's quite a steep learning curve going on here. Which of these games do you think is going to be good, and which ones do you think are going to flop? Let me know in the comments below, and if I forgot one, let me know. Thanks for watching. Massive shout out to my channel members, and if you're not sure what to do next, maybe check out one of the videos popping up on screen right now. Hope to see you in the next one, and don't forget to subscribe.